Hey y'all, welcome back to the series, The Songs That Built Me. This is episode 3, and this week I'm talking about the songs I was listening to when I was 16 years old, driving around in my pickup. And for a lot of people, that might be considered an odd era to really shape and develop somebody as an artist. But for me, that time of my life was incredibly important. It was the freedom of the highway. It was the freedom of just taking your truck, running down the road, and learning who you are. And those songs helped me. These songs that are coming up helped me figure out exactly who I was, and they did, man. They shaped my artistry, they shaped my songwriting, they shaped my personality, they shaped who I am. And we'll start with one of my favorite CDs that I wore out. I love this record, man. This whole record. I had all three of his first 3 records, and I loved every single one of them. But this was my favorite. Dierks Bentley put out a self-titled record back in 2003, and this song is my favorite off the entire record. I love this song. It's called "Wish It Would Break." That old picture frame keeps hanging round, 'cause I ain't ready yet to take it down. And every now and then I'll slam the door, shake it loose and she'll hit the floor. But I can't throw a good thing away. I wish it would break. I swear my truck's got a haunted radio, 'cause I hear you in every song. But I know what the silence makes me do, so I keep giving those buddies more abuse. I wonder how much punching it can take. I wish it would break. Right on down the line, where I don't see you, need you in my life. You wrapped around me, your memories bound me like a chain. I wish it would break. It's so hard, mine's got a mind of its own. It's decided not to let you go, even though your love's no longer here. You won't let me shed one tear, 'cause it's still holding on to yesterday. I wish it would break. Where I don't see you, need you in my life. You're wrapped around me, your memories bound me like a chain. I wish it would break. I wish it would break. I love the writing behind that song, the way that it was set up and designed, man. That's a killer song. So now we're gonna move on to an artist that he was just coming up, making it big when I was in middle school, and he started putting out his what they call it, I guess the beach cowboy style, and he definitely had a unique style. It still does, man. Kenny Chesney's one of the biggest selling artists that ever even put out live shows, man. I mean, he's incredible. And I got to see him when I was a kid in Albuquerque in early 2000s. And he started putting out those Beach Cowboy records, and I loved them just because they were different. But the writing behind them, a lot of them were deep, you know. They were beautiful songs. And he put out, I'm trying to remember what that record was now. It was I think the one that had Beer in Mexico in it. You remember what that one was, Cody? I don't remember either. I remember the name of it. Oh, The Road and the Rodeo. That's it. And God, that record just killed, man. I used to put that on and just drive. One of the biggest things I ever remember, my first road trip. I was 16. My parents were battling out for custody of one of my nephews, and they couldn't go to the lake. And Lake Texoma, Lake Texoma is very important to me. We've been doing a family reunion there for like 70 years, something like that, 75 years. It's been a long time. And I hadn't missed one at that point in at least 2 to 3 years, and I wanted to keep a streak going. My streak is currently 15, 16 years now, maybe more, 17 years. But I've never been on the road, never been on the highway by myself, and I convinced my parents to let me drive from Amarillo, Texas to Lake Texoma. My mom was freaking out. My dad wasn't going to have it, and then he was like, you know what? It'll be good for you. I'm like, cool, I'm in. And I put this record on, and dude, I wore this thing out. This one, the Dierks Bentley record, a couple of the other ones that I'm about to talk about. It's back when we had CDs, you know, a little bit after cassette tapes, but we had CDs where you put them in and you drove. And you didn't have no dang, that burn iPhones and iPods and whatnot. You had CDs. But anyway, so I put in Kenny Chesney and this record, and I love this song. I still love this song. I'll jam it once in a while. A little cantina type song, man, called Tequila Loves Me. Pause for the cops. It's actually coffee, but whatever. South of the border, American dollars can take you a long, long way. Beachside bungalows, sand between your toes, nobody knows your name. There's a worm at the bottom of the bottle. It's well within our reach, and the heart that you broke will soon be a joke. Soon as he and I meet, forgetting's cheap in Mexico. She'll be there waiting and she won't say no. Tequila loves me even if you don't. Madam Tequila is a fine senorita, and all my compadres concur. She won't lie, she won't leave in your hour of need. So So we're raising our glasses to her. The same almost Charlotte dogger. The names drain on down till you see the bottom of the glass and it's kicking your ass. Boys, the next round's on me. Oh, forgetting she'll be in Mexico. She'll be there waiting and she won't say no. Tequila loves me if you don't. Forgetting she'll be in Mexico. She'll be there waiting and she won't say no. Tequila loves me if you don't. Oh, forgetting she'll be in Mexico. She'll be there waiting and she won't say no. Tequila loves me if you don't. There you go, a little Spanish song there. Cool, man. So yeah, you got a little Kenny Chesney, a little Dierks Bentley. Thank you, Cody. We'll switch guitars. All right. So, I talked about, so far in this series, I talked about all the artists that have influenced me, the songs that have influenced me. And we've gone from when I was a kid, riding around the truck with my dad, listening to his old cassette tapes, to the first songs that I learned on guitar, how to play and sing, and what songs made me fall in love with playing guitar. So now this, and I'm gonna tell you, when I was 16, I loved George Strait. I still love George Strait. But George Strait was the king to me, you know what I mean? And there were two CDs that I had that I got over Christmas when I was probably 14 or 15. And I wore the hell out of them. And those records were Somewhere Down in Texas and It Just Comes Natural. And this song, I think this song was on It Just Comes Natural. They kind of confused me a little bit. They run together because I would literally put them in back to back and just play them over and over. So all those songs run together to me. There's like probably 22 songs right there on those two CDs that just run together for me. And God, I love this song, man. This song was badass. In fact, my manager asked me, he said, there's when we were recording the self-titled record, he goes, if there's an outside cut that's already been done that was never released as a single, what would you want to do? And this song was chosen, but I got pitched a song. That was written actually by the next artist I'm going to do, that was just sitting around, and it beat out this song. But maybe one day I'll go back and re-record this one. But it's a little George Strait for you. No No, I don't want her, I swear that's a fact. But the thought of somebody else rubbing her back just kills me. Oh, it kills me. I know she don't love me, I know she ain't home. So why in the hell do I pick up this phone and call her? Why do I call her? I dropped by her mama, stoned out of my mind, just to hear that it's over from her one more time. As if I didn't see that red Chevy not slowing down, loading down, rolling down our road. Yes, she's already left, so why can't I leave her alone? I wrote her letters, signed I was a fool. She wrote me back saying, go find a stool and drink one, like you've always done. So that's what I did, 'cause that's what I do. Backslide and hide away from the truth till the tears run. Oh, here comes one. I'm dropped by her mama, stoned out of my mind, just to hear that it's over from her one more time. As if I can see that red Chevy not slowing down, rolling down our road. Yeah, she's already left, so why can't I leave her alone? Stoned out of my mind, just to hear that it's over from her one more time. As if I didn't see that red Chevy not slowing down, loading down, heading down to town, rolling out, rolling down our road. Yeah, she's already left, so why can't I leave her alone? No, I don't want her, I swear that's a fact. But the thought of somebody else rubbing her back just kills me. A little George Strait for you. Problem, I think that's it comes down to that song and Run to me for my favorite George Strait songs. But yeah, wore the hell out of that record. That's for damn sure. The last one, this last song doesn't come off of a record that I wore out. Well, no, I guess it does. Yeah, it was on that record. But there's a Billy Currington record called, I think it was Doing Something Right. Had songs like Why, 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 and then this song. And I actually, the biggest thing I remember about this song was my first job when I was 16. I was bussing tables at a little place in Amarillo called the Pancake Station. And they would always have, I think it was 97.9 up there in Amarillo that was playing. They'd always have it on the speakers. And that summer, when I was 16, this song would always come on. I fell in love with this song, the writing behind it. I think it's honestly, if you would ask me what's my number one like favorite country song, it's probably this song right here. Just in the sense of when you hear a song, kind of like what every church says, man, it triggers a memory, you know. And every time I hear this song, it takes me back to that summer when I was 16. Probably one of my favorite summers of my life. And it just takes me back, man. I love the song every time I hear it. And I kind of lost my tangent there. Got to thinking about memories. But either way, this song is written by Luke Bryan, just so you know. But this is a Billy Currington song called Good Directions. If I can find my capo. There it is. Pull this up. Just make sure we good and we good. All right. I was sitting there, selling turnips on a flatbed truck, crutching on a pork rim and she pulled up. She had to be thinking this is where rednecks come from. She got Hollywood written on her license plate. She was in Austin looking for the interstate, needing directions. I was a man for the job. There's a little country store with an old Coke sign. Gotta stop and ask Miss Bell for some of her sweet tea. Then the left will take you to the interstate, but a right will bring you right back here to me. I was sitting there thinking about a pretty face, kicking myself and not catching her name. I took my hat and thought you thought it could have been love. I knew my old Ford didn't run her down. She probably didn't like me anyhow, so I watched her disappear to a cloud of dust. She been laying on past the caution light, built a little country store with an old Coke sign. Gotta stop and ask Miss Bell for some of her sweet tea. Then I left will take you to the interstate, but a right will bring you right back here to me. Is this Georgia heat playing tricks on me, or am I really saying what I think I say? The morning of my dreams coming back to me. Something felt right. Then she stopped and asked Miss Bell for some of her sweet tea. Mama gave her a big old glass and sent her right back here to me. Thank God for good directions and turnip greens. There's my best interpretation of Good Directions for you. But anyway, those are the songs that build me. I mean, there's so many CDs that I had to pick from, but those four were the top ones for me. I mean, there was, back then there was a Clay Walker record that was kind of his comeback record called Fall. Is that right? Yeah, Fall. Wore that out. Man, honestly, even Jason Aldean's first three records, I wore the hell out of them, man. Specifically his second record had Relentless and a song called Back in the Cigarette. And being from Amarillo Sky was a big song to me as a kid and growing up. But there's countless artists that I love that influenced me. Excuse me, that I love that influenced me. And dude, those four songs, those impacted me greatly as a writer, as an artist, and Anyway, there's the songs that built me when I was 16. Next week we'll go through and I'll do the songs that made me passionate about going out and playing live music and starting my career. Songs from college and a little bit after. So there you go. We'll see y'all next time.